Started. If you don't know me yet, my name is Lisa Winfield. I'm a high performance coach. I help women to really perform at their best. And one of the things that is getting in the way a lot is just our own emotions, right? Our own thoughts. And what we need to understand is that our thoughts are creating our emotions. So I want to share two tools today that I use, that I've used today and yesterday when we had a small Airbnb emergency here, when we found some cameras and we had an emergency evacuation. So what do you do when you're basically in a state of complete stress or complete anger? So first, I want to share a tool that is using the breath, right? So the mind-body connection is so strong that when we are using our breath, we're slowing down the vagus nerve. And the vagus nerve is really helping us to slow down our entire nervous system. Now, with this tool, we're actually using we're using the breath and we're using the oxygen to help us to slow down. So let's do this together. If you're on your end, you can just practice with me, and then you have it in your toolkit for later when you really need it, maybe, next week or so. So let's do this together. So we're gonna breathe in and out through the nose, and then we're gonna get faster and faster. And then we're gonna slow down. When we come to our deepest and fastest pace, we're gonna slow down like you're parking a car. And I'll guide you through. So let's get started. So first, in and out through the nose. And now do this with me. So I'm just not here on my own, just breathing on Instagram or Facebook. So do this with me. So let's do it. And so we're getting faster and faster. So keep breathing, keep breathing. And then when we're at our fastest and most intense pace, we're gonna go and slow it down. So it's really breathing it all out. And this you might know from yoga, right? The breath of fire. And so this is one of my favorite tools. It works just like that. And it's almost similar like when you go for a fast run and the oxygen just goes through your body, and all of these, things that are the cortisol, all the adrenaline is, being helped to get in the right place back to where it came from. So the next tool I want to share is less somatic, but really about shifting your thoughts to then shift your emotions. So again, emotions have their own function. They're very important, but we don't want to be in a suffering place, right? So here's what you can do. And I did this as well last night, right? When we had this whole disaster here, I was like, okay, Lisa. Oh, well, let me share the tool first. So asking yourself questions, like when I use questions as a coach as well, it shifts the focus, the things you're thinking about, and that then shifts your emotions. So we're using empowering questions. We're asking ourselves empowering questions. You can ask them yourself, your spouse, your team, your children to shift their focus. And so what are empowering questions? Well, they're simply questions that are shifting your focus to something positive or productive, some good outcome, right? So one of my favorite empowering questions is, what would my best self do right now? And so last night when we're sitting here at 11 p.m. and we're like first going a little bit, under shock state, then we're asking ourselves, or I asked myself, Lisa, what would your best self do right now? It's like, okay, my best self would calm down and use my brain to find solutions. And that is exactly what I did. Another empowering question can simply be, when you wake up in the morning and you're maybe not feeling well, you can ask yourself, what can I get excited about today? Or what could I do this weekend that is fun? Or how can I make today a masterpiece? So just asking questions that are shifting your focus towards something that is bringing you towards a positive outcome. Like when you're on a television, when you're watching TV and you're just changing the channel, but the channel really is your brain. So asking empowering questions to change your thoughts that then change your emotions. Okay, so this is an amazing tool. A lot of my clients actually write those questions down, like some evergreens, and put them on their desk, somewhere where they can see it when they need it the most. Because the reality is, when we're in a stress state, we're not often, thinking, now I could use my empowering questions, but our brain doesn't work, right? The cortisol makes us stupid in the moment. So it's good to have them ready. Like, I have always my Post-its. I have all my triggers right next to my desk. And so I invite you, here's your action step. Write down 3 to 5 empowering questions and put them somewhere we can see them every day. So for example, what would my best self do right now? How can I make today a masterpiece? What can I get excited about today? How's this serving me? So things that are helping you to really focus on something positive, or at least productive, and it shifts your focus. So I hope this was helpful. And I'm going to share these high performance habits every Wednesday. And I'm excited to see you again next Wednesday, and have a beautiful week. See how you can use this, see how you can implement this, and always feel free to DM me as well if you need any more support. So I'll see you soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.